We're going to get started in just a few minutes here, people. Nicole, how are you doing?
I am doing great. How are you, Terry?
I'm doing fantastic. Let me just go through here. I am pumped for tonight's call. And I'm doing it live from Temiskaming, Quebec, from up at my fishing lodge where the ice is still on the lake. Still frozen. I can't believe it. It's May 6th. Crazy, crazy, crazy weather. Oh, well.
Well, we got snow in Winnipeg last night, so.
You got snow in Winnipeg?
A little bit. Not that much, thankfully.
Wow, this is crazy. Let me just show you. If you can see out the window. I don't know whether you can see at the window. There's a little bit of thawing going around the shoreline, but it's still frozen solid. I'm like, I think our seasons are pushing back or something. I don't know. But
I gotta agree with you, Terry.
Who was that? I didn't see that. Who said that? Who said that?
I gotta agree with you. We have it. Our lakes up here in the northern Ontario are still frozen as well in a lot of areas. Further you go down to Toronto, lake actually is more. It is like totally looks frozen there compared to Thunder Bay.
I know, isn't it crazy?
Oh yeah,
it's crazy. Last year,
crazy.
The ice went off the lake at my place here last year, the 13th of May, I think it was. Yeah, the 13th.
Wow.
So crazy.
Yeah.
So, Nicole, I'm going to make you a co-host. So you are a co-host now. So, anyways, we'll give a couple more minutes, and we're going to get this show on the road. I'm so excited.
Show on the road.
Show on the road. I'm so excited that everybody's jumped on tonight. It's a great honor for me to have Nicole Hominick from Winnipeg, Manitoba on our call today. She is just a wonderful, wonderful person. She has worked really, really hard at putting this together for all of you. And I've looked at it prior to it starting, before she did her presentation, and man, oh man, she put a lot of work into this and a lot of thought. And I'm just thrilled and very grateful that she stepped up and said, "Hey, you know, I think the field needs to know what I know on vendor events, online virtual vendor events." And so Nicole is one that has stepped up, is been along with Vox for what's it been, about almost a year and a half now, Nicole?
Just about a year and a half now, exactly.
Just about a year and a half, yeah. And so she's building, she's growing, we're all learning. And this was something that she made a post on a while ago, and wow, everybody wanted to know about the information and so on. So I thought, what a great topic to train on. So I'm really, really excited and grateful that she has stepped up to do this call tonight, and she's done a magnificent job. And I'm excited that she's here. So without further ado, I would like to welcome you, Nicole, to be our guest trainer on Team Voxination training call for May 6th, 2019. I'm just rev for it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to mute everybody. Give me 1 second here so we don't get any feedback here. I'm going to mute. Okay, and then I'm going to unmute you, Nicole. So,
okay, perfect.
You got it. You got the stage, girl. You go. So you can just share your screen.
Okay. Hopefully we won't have any technical difficulties with that, but I am
we'll get
so
through
excited. Okay, will be awesome. I'm so excited to share this presentation with you guys because online vendor events are going to help our business so much. So I'm going to take you through how to set one up and hopefully touch base on everything you need to know to be successful. Okay, are you guys seeing my screen?
No, not yet. I think when you click share screen, it should be the furthest one on the left that you view. Should be usually green colored. Are you on a Mac?
No. Oh, here we go. Okay.
There we go.
Now we're seeing what we need to see. Okay, perfect. All right. So we are going to talk about building your business with online vendor events. So what is an online vendor event? Just like traditional in-person vendor shows, it is multiple people and companies coming together to share their products in one space. Now the difference is this online event is going to take place completely on Facebook. So why do we want to do an online event? They are cost effective. You have no overhead. You are not paying for a table. You are not paying for gas. You're not paying for any associated costs. Yes, those are all tax deductible that we will all write off come tax time, but especially for people who are just starting out, they may not have a ton of extra disposable income to invest right away in the business. So this is an opportunity to do something where you're not paying to be there for the event. And I'm clicking too fast, so we're already on time saving. So your online events are easy to fit into busy schedules because you're able to participate in the event while simultaneously doing other things. I'm going to show you how we're going to get Facebook to do a lot of this work for us. So it's not like an in-person vendor show where you're going to be at your table, at your booth for hours at a time. I'm going to show you how to make this work for you and easily fit into your schedule. And then we have a really wide reach. Now, even if your event is just you and 4 other people, if you each invite 20 guests, that's 100 people you're reaching. And when I did my first event, I was reaching people across in Saskatchewan because one of the other women who runs her own business has connections out there. So we are getting a really wide reach on people we likely wouldn't always connect with. And even your own people who you're inviting, it's just another opportunity to share this with them. You can have people who are already your customers who might learn something new about other products and go, yeah, I want to try that, or I need some more. Or you might have people go, this is incredible, I want to join this mission. So you still want to be touching the people you know again and again. And honestly, this is just another tool for your toolkit. We already have so many ways to share this tech, and this is just one more. This is not going to replace anything. This is just being incorporated into what we already do, because we're already having conversations with our friends and our family and people we're meeting. We're already doing pool parties. We're already going to vendor events. So we're just going to add in online vendor events now. So we're going to get started. So the first thing you need to do is pick your dates that you want to do this. And you want your event to run for 5 to 7 days. So this is going to give your guests enough time to view all the vendors' posts in the event, because not everybody is tied to their computer or tied to their phone all the time. So part of the beauty of this is you're not capturing people in a single moment in a single day. You are leaving this online long enough for them to go back to. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to find other vendors who want to join your event. So 8 to 10, including yourself, is the ideal number, but more or less will still work. And just do this by reaching out to others in your social network. You likely already have friends and family who are direct sellers or makers who, they make jewelry or skincare, anything like that. These are the people who you will want to join you in this event. And you can also post in vendor groups on Facebook, which is honestly how I found the group of ladies I worked with. That's another way to connect as well. And then what you're going to do is just create a messenger chat group with your other vendors to share planning information. So just in case not everyone is familiar with how to do this, when you are on your Facebook homepage, you're just going to click your messenger icon, and where it says new group, you're going to create a new group, and you can just pick whatever kind of name you want. And this messenger group will be for yourself to communicate and organize with your other vendors. So that's the only people you are adding to this chat group that you're going to use. So event guidelines. So this is just a sample of what I used. And this is what you want to share with everybody who is joining your event. I will post this in a Word document to our team page after this, so you can just copy and paste straight from there. So the guidelines we used were everybody must personally invite all guests, and we're going to talk more about inviting in a little bit. Like, don't mass message people. We just want to be professional and courteous, and it's important that everybody contributes to inviting people to this event. And no bad mouthing or speaking ill of another company, products, again, being courteous and professional to everybody. Participate in the event. We want all the other vendors to be engaged and commenting and liking posts, playing the games, and so forth. Now, and this next one is kind of the key to your online vendor event. Each vendor will have a designated 2-hour time slot where they're the only ones allowed to post, and then your time slots are going to be assigned within this group that you've created on a first come, first served basis. And then you pretty much tell everybody if you haven't requested one by whatever day, then you'll be assigned one. And then always importantly, ask questions and have fun. So I'm going to show you the timeline. Now, when I'm talking about Monday, again, this is just what I use. You can start on whatever day you want. So what we did was Monday, confirmed all the vendors in our party and create a Facebook group to use for this event. We are using a group instead of an event because groups have a schedule feature. And this is the key, because this is what is going to help you run your event far more smoothly. And this is much easier to use than trying to use a third-party scheduling app. We're going to use the tools Facebook has already given us. So then Tuesday through Thursday, we invited guests to join our group or event. So then the first kind of live day of our party was Friday. So each vendor did a brief introduction post. And then we had 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, where vendors are taking turns posting in their 2-hour time slots about themselves and their product. And then we had Monday, vendors can post games, contests, special offers. And if you've already done that in your 2-hour time slot, you can just do a reminder post or a funny post, inspirational post. And part of why we need this extra day is it gives people time to go back in and look at the post, especially if they saw a post about hopefully us and our tech that they were interested in. We'll give them enough time to go back and read through, watch any videos. And then the last day of our event was Tuesday. Each vendor just posts a thank you message to everybody and then shares their contest winners. So to create your group on Facebook, when you are on your homepage, you're going to see something that says create at the top, and then you're going to pick group. So when you name your group, it can be something as simple as, spring shopping event, but you always do want to include your date in there. So people, when they're being invited, know what it's about and know when it is. And you can get far more creative with the names if you were more creative. We were not, unfortunately. So we went with spring shopping event. And then to create any group, you need to add at least one person. And then Facebook will let you create your group. And the first people you need to add to this group are your other vendors. So then once you're in your group and you've invited your other vendors, you're going to see something that says moderate group. All the other vendors need to be made moderators or administrators, so they have the ability to invite guests and can use the schedule feature. And then before you invite your guests, you need to ask them first. People don't like to be invited to groups on Facebook, to events on Facebook without an invite. And especially, you don't want people getting all sorts of invites and just ignoring because they have no idea what it's about. So we're going to talk a little bit more about how to invite people, but the key is we want to ask them first. And then it's also going to let you personalize your group with a picture. And you can just select a neutral picture, a nature scene, shopping bags, fun pattern, just something to personalize the group. So our 2-hour vendor time slot. Each vendor is going to get their own 2-hour time slot where they're the only ones allowed to post. So this is going to happen on day 2 and day 3 of the event. And you could even make it 4th day if you have a larger group. So this is where you're free to post whatever you want. Info about your products, contests, do a live, anything like that. So you're going to want to create enough posts for your 2-hour time slot. So you're posting something every 5 to 10 minutes. And you are going to schedule each post so that Facebook does the work and posts them for you. So when you go to write a post, at the bottom where it says post, there's going to be a little clock above it. And when you click on that clock, it's going to prompt you to schedule it. So you're going to pick your date and your time. So you're going to schedule each one of your posts. So Facebook will automatically post it when it needs to. So, and then this is just the suggested schedule of what time slots to use. And again, this can be tweaked. So we went with 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., and we repeated the same schedule for both days. And also, remind your fellow vendors what time zone you're working in, because the group I was in, we weren't all in the same time zone. So it's important to know what you're working in. And just remember, everyone is picking a time that best suits them. And I say that because even though Facebook's going to do the work for you, we're going to talk about the importance of going live in your 2-hour time slot. And again, guests are able to go back and view these posts at any time. So sample invite. I will also put this as a file in our team page so you can copy and paste it. Now, some people, you're going to phone, text, invite them to it when you see them at the gym, at church, wherever. Some people you're going to email, send a Facebook message. You're going to invite people how it makes the most sense. But when you're sending messages to people, there are 3 different kind of samples that you can use. And again, I will post this to the group so you can just straight copy and paste and make a few adjustments. The other thing I did was I shared the actual event to my page and, pretty much put it out there that if anybody is interested, come join us. And I just, put it in there. I've been sending out invites and just didn't want to miss anybody. So let me know with a like or comment. So that's another thing to do. Also, truthfully, to make sure you didn't miss anybody. So creating your post. This is where you're going to need to do the most work, but it is worth it. So you want to take the time to create all the posts that you're going to share in your 2-hour time slot. This includes finding your text, images, videos, and anything else you want to share. And you're going to need to put together somewhere between 12 and 15 posts to share in the event. Now, the benefit to this is you can reuse these posts for your next online event. Any changes or updates you're going to make are not going to take you that much time at all. So you're going to pretty much do all the work once, and you're going to be able to reuse it consistently. So I'm going to take you through what I posted. So intro post for the first day. So this is where we want to keep it brief. Don't share everything about what you do. We want to create some curiosity. So guests will kind of be looking for our posts because they're curious. Now, every post needs to have an image. People like pictures, and people like to read when there's pictures with it. And this is also a great place to put a picture of yourself, because if you think about it, if you're at a vendor event, you're talking to people face to face. So since you're not doing that this time, this is a great spot to just put a picture of yourself and introduce yourself. So I'm going to go through all my posts that I did in my 2-hour time slot. So my first post was just, I'm excited to introduce you to Vox Life. Now, when you're posting, you want to number all your posts. This is going to make it easier for guests to follow. Now, this is because if you look at the bottom right here, Facebook will default your settings to new activity. So it'll show posts with recent comments first. So it won't necessarily show you chronological order unless you select recent posts and change your settings. But now your default setting is always going to be new activity. So this is why numbering your posts will make it easier for people to follow if they haven't changed their default settings. And again, you can post content in any order you'd like. I'm just going to show you what I did. So post number 2 was, how does this work? Sharing about HPT, and again, another image. So post number 3, how do we actually wear our tech? Sharing about our Vox Life athletic socks. And again, just put a picture of each one up there. It shows, what they all look like for people. So then our 4th post is touching on our wellness socks. And again, not all your posts need to be really long. Some are going to be longer, some are going to be shorter, but you need to have images with all of them. That is just more eye-catching for people and more interesting. And great places to find images are right on our Team Voxination page. Vox Life post ideas. There are some people who've shared some amazing stuff on there. Captions and pictures. That's a great place to go. And then plus on our Vox Life testimonials, a lot of people have shared some great images on there too. And you probably have some yourself that you might even want to use. So then post number 5, talking about, you don't want to wear socks and worry about finding them. Why not try our insoles? So we're talking about our Classic, Bliss, and Rush. Again, a couple pictures. And then number 6, highlighting the Bella and Bello thin insole. And this is the perfect post going into nicer weather, except for the fact that we had a little bit of snow last night. So is it really nicer weather? Hard to say. So again, going into maybe fall or winter, doing a dedicated post to Voxterra would be a perfect idea. So again, you can post whatever you'd like. We have so much to share, but certain things are going to be more timely than others. And post number 7, what do you do if you don't want to wear shoes or socks? We have a patch for that. So a little bit longer of a post, that's okay. Some captions again are going to be longer, shorter, and then include a couple pictures of what everything looks like. Now then, post number 8 was a link to a video that I shared, which I love, from Daisy. I think a lot of us have seen the Daisy videos. Now, if you're going to share a video, it either needs to come right from your phone or your computer, or it needs to link through YouTube. Because if we try to share a link on, say, a Facebook page, from somebody's personal page, that is private. Or if we try to share it from our testimonials page, which is a closed group, people won't be able to link that. So they won't be able to click on the link and see it. So this is why you want to be able to have the link work for people. So when they click the link, it'll either link them to YouTube, where they can watch the video through YouTube, or you're posting it from your own phone or computer straight onto the page. And again, we have tons of great videos on YouTube to share. So if you want to share some videos, take some time, go to the YouTube page, lots of great stuff you can share. Or you know what, you can do your own videos too. So then post number 9, sharing about how we have our great Facebook testimonials page and how we want people to join so they can learn more about the tech, not just from us, but hear from some other people who have experienced great benefits. So I took a couple of screenshots of a few testimonials. And again, You can use pictures, short videos. There are lots of options to share. And I'm sure a lot of us have a lot of testimonials, not just from ourselves, but from our family, friends, customers, that they've shared with us about how this has helped them. Then post number 10, I wanted to share this great announcement of how we have our cause partnership with the MS Society. This is something like I absolutely thought was totally worth sharing because this is huge for us. And this is something people can relate to and connect with and go, oh, wow, that's really awesome that they, have this connection with the MS Society. So post 11, I think a lot of people have seen this one before. Which color would you choose if it was a contest? So posting a contest is part of the fun in events like this for the guests, but this is also where you're likely going to get the most engagement on a post. And that's because people like free things. People like to win. So you will likely get the most engagement on this post. And no matter what, you need to follow up with everybody who is commenting and liking any of your posts. Just because your contest post is going to be most likely the most popular, we still need to be following up with people who are commenting on all of our other posts. Okay, so then post number 12, I just quickly posted that I was going to go live in the event. Now, so next up, going live. Going live is a wonderful, wonderful tool on Facebook, whether it be in an event like this or on your page in general. And I know a lot of people get kind of nervous about it, but I promise it is not that scary. So what you're going to do when you go live is this is where you're just going to share your story. How this has helped you, helped your family, why you decided to join this mission. This is exactly what you'd be telling people if they walked up to the table you were standing at a show. So we just want to share with people, our story and why this is really important to us. And honestly, that's part of the reason we want to go live is that it's a lot more impactful when somebody is telling you something versus if they're just reading it. So even if you're not talking to people kind of live in person, this will be far more impactful than watching your live video than you just kind of typing out why you joined, why this is important to you. Another option for something to do in your live is to have someone in your home help you do a live demo. Now, we have tons of great videos you can share, which is a great option. You, again, can create your own videos if you want. That's an awesome option too. But if you have the ability, it's also really great to do the demo as part of your live so people can really see how it's working. And this doesn't need to be that long, only about 10 to 20 minutes. So especially if you're kind of nervous about doing a live and not as comfortable with it, don't worry, it's not going to be long. Just share your story. So after I went live in the party, the next couple posts talked about how you can want to earn free product, how you can host your own stock and flow party. And, we care about our hosts. We want to keep sharing this gift. And then again, the next way to share is if you want to join our mission, because we have this really ambitious goal of reaching 1 billion people. And we'll get there even faster the more people who want to join us. So again, those were the next pieces I touched on. Okay, post number 15, the new and exciting Chill It. So I wanted to make sure to touch on our newest product, which already now, this isn't even our newest product. We have the new Iconic line. So again, that would be something awesome for anybody who's going to do one of these online vendor events next to share. So then some other post ideas, because again, I don't know if we can fit all of it in, is, Vox Life products are for the whole family. Kind of highlight our extra small kid sizes. Touch on the concerns about slip and falls. We have Vox Tread that can help. and also emphasize the benefits in sport, because there are tons of athletes who love our tech and find it so beneficial in their sport. So then at the end of my 2 hours, just did a, thanks for joining me tonight. And then I shared the Vox Life opportunity video. You can share whatever you want here. It can just be an image, it can be a video, whatever. This is my favorite video. I love this one. I love watching it myself because I get excited about our company and our mission. So I wanted to make sure that I shared this video. So now, over our second and third day of the event, each vendor is going to have their opportunity to share posts like this in their 2-hour time slot. So when we move to our fourth day, we can be posting games and contests. We haven't already done so, for funny quotes, inspirational quotes, kind of anything that you think people would find interesting. So on the left, you're going to see what I posted. And I love this quote. Instead of saying that's too expensive, try saying my health is just not worth the investment. And I think that's so true. So I use that one. And then there's a couple other options of things that you might want to share. Wearable technology is not a new concept. And socks are like underwear. Change is good. So then on the last day of our event, we want ourselves and all of our other vendors to just do a thank you. And thank everybody again for participating, for asking questions, joining the game that we're doing, contests, and again, sharing something. And this, I really like this one. I thought it was a great way to end it off. What if changing your socks could instantly change your life? So lots of different options, but really important to thank everybody who took the time to view our posts and be engaged in this event. So now, congratulations, you've just completed your online vendor event. So what are our next steps? Follow up. We hear this all the time, follow up is key. You're gonna have a contest winner, you're gonna have all these people who have hopefully commented on your post and are interested in, trying the products, learning more. We wanna be following up with all these people. And, thank your other vendors for participating in the event. Part of what makes this exciting for guests is that it's a one-stop shop. You have all these different vendors, and all they have to do is go to their computer or their phone, check out, what everybody is sharing. It's huge. It's huge for guests. I mean, everybody loves online shopping now, ordering groceries delivered to your house. So guests love this. So we want to thank our other vendors for sharing this with us. And hopefully they will also have some increases in their business as well. And then now you're just going to get ready for your next event, which you're just going to repeat the same process exactly over again. And all those posts you took the time to create, you can honestly copy and paste them all over again. And then we can also use this model for your own individual Facebook event. You just need to scale it back, but you're still using the exact same time of just kind of timeline of introducing yourself, sharing a whole bunch of posts about the products, the company, all the great testimonials, and leaving it open for a little while so people can check it out. All right, there we go. And I'm going to see if I can put myself back. We'll see if I can do that or not.
You can do it. You can just go up to the top and go stop sharing.
Ah. Well, there it is.
There you go.
Perfect.
Wow.
There we go.
Nicole, that was absolutely superb. Good for you, girl. Wow, you got to see the comments going in here. I'm just going to read you a few because I've been looking at them, but
well done. Okay, sounds great.
You did a fabulous job. So appreciate you doing this, Nicole. Fabulous job. Barbara Anstead, Marla Capel, thank you. Awesome job. Patty, she's a natural. Indeed. Thank you, Nicole. You're a pro. Very well done. Thank you. Amazing information. Awesome job from Tanya. Awesome training, Carol Rumkema. Christy Sweeter to everyone. Definitely. Yes, Nicole is doing a fabulous job. Fantastic. So appreciate you doing this, Nicole. Incredibly thought through and very detailed. Thanks. Doing something like this takes a huge amount of time. First class job. Superb presentation. PowerPoint is so great. On and on and on and on. 19 new messages. Wow. Bravo.
Thank
Bravo.
you. You know what? That's awesome. I am so glad that you guys all found this helpful. Like, this is huge to help build our business. Just like I said, we're just adding this to what we're already doing. So I want you guys to go out there and try it. I would love to hear from you if you're doing an online vendor event. I would love for you to post and share how it goes.
So let me ask you something, Nicole, just for all our field here.
Okay.
Just to give people an idea on here, how much time did it take you to create your posts approximately? 2, 3, 4 hours? Give us an idea of timeline to do those 14, 15 posts.
So to create all the posts took me about 2.5 hours.
Well, that's
So
not
pretty
bad.
much started with just kind of a list of the different things I wanted to make sure I touched on, you know, how it works, make sure I talk about socks, insoles, the patch, you know, all the things that I thought were key to touch on.
Mm-hmm.
And then honestly, most of the legwork is writing your captions and then searching out the images that you want to go with it.
Yeah.
And then it honestly took about 30 minutes to schedule each one in the event.
Sure.
Which is nothing at all, because you're not stuck in front of your computer or your phone for 2 hours at a time. You're just scheduling it on it, and then all you have to do is just keep going back in and seeing, you know, if people are commenting, liking, and then engaging with people after that.
Exactly. And you know what I really like? There's a comment on here that really struck me that's really encouraging to me with your training. Aaron says, I've tried online before and it didn't go very well. With this setup, I'm sure I'll do better. That's incredible.
That's awesome.
And so you know what's really good? We're all learning. We're all moving forward. We're all going in the right direction. And we're all helping each other. And that's what's really cool. Can you post this PowerPoint presentation? Well, absolutely, Heather. We will for sure. Heather Lemke, we will post this so everybody has availability so you can walk through it on your screen. But I think it's really incredible that, you know, people can look at it and say, hey, you know what? I tried this before. It didn't go great. But hey, let me do better with this format. And so, you know, this is going to help so many people. And I encourage all of you people to reach out, you know, to Nicole, excuse me, create a friendship with her on Facebook, ask her questions. She's an up and coming, amazing leader. She's going to do a great job in sharing this technology. She's already done a wonderful job. And as you can all tell, she's done a fabulous job at putting this together. This is no small task to put together a 32 or 33 slide presentation. And when I, you know, asked Nicole if she was interested in training, she was elated to step up. And I'm excited for that enthusiasm. That's what it's all about. All of us sharing and helping each other and bringing something to the table. And I'm just very, very excited. And 2.5 hours, I mean, let's say you're not maybe the most savvy. What are we going to say? 4 hours, but you can use these posts and continue to use them for time and time and time and time again. And so tell us a little bit about, you know, some of the feedback you got on doing this with some of the people, some of the leads you got. Talk about some of the follow-up and some of the people that you got from your event that you did, Nicole.
Definitely. And you know what? And just like you said, Terry, we can reuse these posts. You're going to invest this time up front, but it's going to pay off again and again and again. So just because this is going to be a chunk of time, because you want to do it and you want to do it well,
Yeah.
you know what? It's really worth it.
Yeah.
So again, talking about the actual event and follow up with people. So I, in just scrolling through everybody else's posts, because I, wanted to make sure I was contributing to the event and going through other vendors' posts and, kind of seeing what they were doing. And because some of them I wasn't familiar with their company and their product. So I wanted to learn more about it. Just by looking at the posts, my post had some of the best engagement. So this is something not a lot of people know about, so we can use that to our advantage. So I had a lot of engagement, and again, part of why you leave it open is people work on their own schedule. So when I did my live, I had 2 people watch it live, and I'm going, oh my goodness, only 2 people watched it. Well, by the next morning, another 20 people had viewed it.
Absolutely.
Because people work on their own schedule. So I actually had 20 people that I sent follow-up messages to.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had about 80 guests in the event.
Mm-hmm.
So about 25% of people. And if you think about it in that way, if you think about any in-person vendor show you go to, how many people go through the door? Are you following up with 25% of those people?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. So 25% of people. And there was, I wasn't lucky. There weren't people going, oh my God, I need to buy this. Oh my God, I need to buy this.
Mm-hmm.
But people going, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know about this before. That is still your opportunity to send them a message and go, I'm so glad you commented on my post. I'd love to share more information with you. What got me was when I did my post on our partnership with the MS Society. Well, one of the other vendors in our group, Melissa, commented, "This is so great. I have MS." I was looking at it on my phone and I nearly dropped my phone because you just don't know.
That's right.
You just don't know. So you can bet she got a message after.
Yeah.
Going, I didn't really touch on it, but MS was a huge part of why our founder started this. You just never know what people are going to comment.
And it's not always about the sales you get. It's about the relationships you're creating that turn into sales. Not everything's about an instant, turnover for product. Because one of the questions is, what kind of sales do you get and from an event like this? But again, I want to reiterate, that's not always the most important thing in my opinion. I think one of the biggest things, especially with the product we have, it's developing a relationship and working on a relationship with people and finding out what they want. Be, interested as opposed to interesting. You know what I mean? And find out what they want and develop that relationship. Would you agree with that, Nicole?
I absolutely would. And, think about any in-person event you do. How many people do you actually sell to that day versus how many people you make a connection with and follow up with and build a relationship with, which will eventually turn into sales or them joining our team. So this is the same thing. We might get some sales. We might get a lot of interested people. We might need to do a little follow-up. We might need to do a lot of follow-up. It's all different every time. But I just think this is huge for us because it is so easy to incorporate. And I just love the wide reach because honestly, most of us have plenty of connections on our Facebook who are local to us. But we also all have connections who are geographically further away. So this way, we are reaching a ton of people because, again, if you think about how many people you have who you could invite to this event who are near and far, That's probably exactly true for your other vendors. So that's how you can reach across provinces, across states, without having to go anywhere. So I think this is really going to help us reach people that we wouldn't have a chance to otherwise.
Sure. Now, a question here, Nicole, from Paul Van de Veen. How easy was it to find other vendors to participate, and how did you ensure that they put in their posts and content? Is there sort of one person that takes charge of the event, who creates the event, as you said, and
Yes.
so you're sort of policing it, I guess?
Pretty much. I mean, somebody does need to take charge, and you know what? Why not be us? Because
Absolutely, I love that.
truthfully,
Yeah.
like, think about it. Online
Why not
shopping,
us? I love it. Why not us? Let's do it.
why not us?
Yep.
Online shopping is huge. Like Amazon, everybody shops there. So I truly believe that online vendor events are only going to get bigger and more popular. So
Sure.
we might as well be spearheading these and saying to the other people that we know, you know what, come join me. So yes, you will need to spearhead this. And initially, just talk to some people that you know. I mean, most of us probably have connections with people who have their own businesses who would be interested in this. So if you're working off of people you already have a connection with, for the most part, you can hopefully trust that they will participate fully in the event.
Right.
And if they don't, you could just say to them, you know what, I'm sorry, I can't invite you to do this with my group anymore. Because if they're smart, they will want to get out there and share their stuff with all the people you know and all the people, all the other vendors know. This is only going to help everybody in whatever kind of business they're doing.
Yeah,
So,
and this is about creating an environment for shoppers.
exactly. I mean, think about it. Everybody who you're inviting to this, all they have to do is go on their computer, go on their phone, you know, whenever it's convenient for them within our 5 to 7 day time frame. And honestly, in the span of a week, think of how often you're on your phone scrolling through Facebook.
Sure.
It's so user friendly to show this to people. Now, I see a couple, sorry, Terry, I just see a couple comments here, you know, were all your vendors only wellness related? We had a mix. We had skincare from somebody I'd never even heard of before, and I don't even remember the name, and that's terrible. We had Unique Cosmetics. What else did we had? I think we had Scentsy in there. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want to do with it. And, you know, you can have kind of a theme and just invite certain vendors if you want, or you can just reach out to anybody kind of in your network saying, I'm putting this on, do you want in on it? And say to them, like, these are the guidelines, which again is on one of the slides, and you say to people, these are the guidelines, this is the expectation, or I'm sorry, I won't be able to invite you to participate again.
Perfect. And I think, you know, the biggest thing here is, guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just do it. Right?
Nope.
We're all going to learn. We're all going to continue to do it. You know, Peter said that, you know, we have been encouraged before to, you know, to not necessarily post the name Vox Life, because people will just go to the website and not to our personal URLs. Has that been an issue with this format? Thoughts on that?
I didn't find it to be an issue because I still had people reading my posts and commenting on questions. Like on my post about the patch, I had someone comment, oh, like, how does it stay on? Or something like that. So, okay, they want to know. And I think a lot of people would just, for as much as some want to go to the website and read it themselves, a lot of people know you're right there and will answer their question. And a lot of people just want the easy answer of, I want to know this, instead of having to go search it out themselves.
And if you're doing follow-up, like you said, Nicole, you can always create, that messenger message to them, taking it sort of out of the group, so to speak,
Exactly.
and communicating with them on Messenger and say, hey, let's hook up on Facebook. Let's be friends on Facebook. And then create that relationship. And, even if they're not in the area, you could do a FaceTime with them. So you can put, faces to the voices. You could do a Zoom call. If they're in the area, you could set up a coffee meeting. I think it's so important that this leverages not only what we have, but it leverages the opportunity to build relationships with people. And I think it's very, very vital that we don't appear necessarily salesy as much as we appear that, hey, I'm here to help you, right? And I think this is a great platform to show people, yes, you can shop here, no question, but I want to be here to help you and answer your questions, because we're not lipstick, right? Let's face it. So we're not a trinket, right? So I think it's a great, great platform to do this. And we have Marla Coupel says, tip, everyone needs to be sure their phone number is posted on their Facebook page. I got calls today from people who had lost my brochure, found my page and phone number and called. So that's a great tip. Thank you, Marla. That's great. The nice thing Ann says is that it isn't a full day commitment. No travel. I think will be great at their convenience. And I know that people aren't always leveraging social media in the way we can, but folks, I'm telling you, social media is here. Leverage it. If you're not using it and you're not learning it, and I know that sometimes we're a little bit afraid, and I think that's the thing. Some people say, hey, I don't like Facebook, and I think it's not really that you don't like Facebook. It's like you don't know how to use Facebook, and so therefore you don't like it. So reach out. We can all learn this, guys. We can all learn this. I mean, come on, I'm turning 58 this year. I can learn it. We can all learn it. And we have great people like Nicole to help us and to teach us, because we're all hashtag one team, and that's important. So bravo to you. I want to respect everybody's time. We're over 45 minutes, almost 50 minutes now. So I really, really appreciate everybody on this call. The recording will be up. Nicole, very, very grateful that you have taken the time to do this. And obviously it resonated with everybody by the comments. So
Awesome.
On behalf of everybody at Team Vaccination, thank you for making the effort to put this together, to share with the people. I'm sure you're going to have lots of questions and follow up for people, because our generation, you're a millennial, we're baby boomers, some of us. So, but we sometimes struggle a little bit, but we can learn. So please be patient with some of the people that aren't as savvy on this. And we all appreciate you so much. So thank you once again on behalf of the field. I'm going to unmute everybody and we can all say good night. So you're all unmuted. So again, thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Your kids aren't exactly on the best behavior.
Awesome.
You are a leader.
Leader, that's what I love to hear. Absolutely.
Pizza's not exactly kind of place.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for being on the call. And until next
Thanks,
week.
Terry. Good night from Pass Lake.
Way to go, Nicole!
Thank you, Saskatchewan.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
I
God
told Jay, I
bless.
said, she's like the mini Iron Woman. She loves that black shirt, the big fox right there. I told Jay, Iron Woman. She's like Iron Man.
Good night. Thank you. Good night.